Hello everyone, this is Zaki again. Depending on when they see the moon, this video might be coming out on Eid, so Eid Mubarak to those who celebrate it. I know I do. So you may remember at the beginning of this year I told you that I had a graphic novel that I was working on, and that this graphic novel was about Clavums' dad and how he knew Mad Mac and how he met Clavums' mum and stuff like that. And if you follow me on Instagram and TikTok, plug, I took some pictures of some of the panels while I was working on the written words and stuff like that. But after almost a year of development, I'm glad to say that the graphic novel is now complete. I would like to introduce to you What Destiny Wills, a Clavums Adventures prequel. As I record this, I've just replaced all of the written words with words that people could actually read, and by the time this video comes out it should be available on the internet for everyone to see. It's definitely been a while since I put a comic on the internet, so just for those who don't know, let me remind you how to access them. So what you want to do is you want to go onto my Patreon at Pennsylvania Studios, then you'll want to look for my latest post. It should probably be the post advertising this graphic novel. Then you'll want to click on the link and it should download the PDF to your computer, your phone, whatever device you're using, and then you can read it whenever the heck you want. I'm quite proud with how this one came out. The way I wrote this was a little unorthodox and not like how I usually used to do. I started around April 2022, 12th of April I think it was, and I took a hiatus from June because then I started working on season 3. And then after I finished season 3 in December, I started right back up again the next week. So it took me from December of 2022 until about March of 2023 to completely finish the comic book. Damn, that's almost like an entire year of drawing. For reference, the first adventure I'm pretty sure took me about, I don't know, like 1 month, 2 months? 2 months at the max, and that had about 65 pages. Compare it to this one. This one took me a year and it has 118 pages. Clearly there was a lot I had to say on this subject. So if you're interested in reading this comic book, allow me to give you some sort of a blurb or plot summary of some kind. Meet Clifford Anderson. He's a 20-something-year-old. He lives in a house and hangs out with his friends in the neighborhood. He kind of goes from dopamine hit to dopamine hit, and he's trying to find some sort of purpose and trying to figure out what the heck he's supposed to do next. He works at the Scientific Institute of Rosen, or the SIR, and he works with Douglas McIntosh. Yes, that is Mad Mac. He is very cursed to see him smile, I'll tell you that. On the job, he'll meet Joanna Roberts, who turns out to be Clavums' mum, and I'm pretty sure you can tell where it goes from there. Douglas McIntosh then gets an idea to make a machine. How he gets the idea is another story that I don't want to spoil, but I hope you like it. And so Douglas and Clifford start to work really hard on this machine. McIntosh really is very passionate about this and he kind of obsesses over it completely. Clifford has his own problems to deal with. I won't really spoil them for you because they're kind of big vaulters in the plot. A vaulter is a word for when the story kind of takes a drastic turn in the plot, don't you know? But the rest of the story kind of revolves around Clifford having to deal with his home life and his work life and the struggle that both of them kind of impose upon him and sort of how he overcomes these sort of things. As well as his wife, of course. And in the end, I'm pretty sure you'd say it turns out pretty well. They give birth to this guy and he ends up saving the world every other month or so. Before I sign off, I think it's important to mention that this comic is a little heavy. After The Piper came out, I realised that I sometimes deal with very heavy topics, and while writing this I realised that there are a lot of reader discretion moments. That's the only real way I can describe them. This comic book is kinda heavy. It deals with a couple of heavy topics. I mean, the story is very different than anything I've ever done before. It's not really happy, sunny, funny friends who go on wacky adventures. It's more young adults trying to figure out life and getting through sort of the obstacles that get thrown in their way, sort of. I've always wanted to tackle something a little bit more based in reality, something a little bit more heavier, something a little bit more darker. But I hope you enjoy it. And I think that's about everything I want to say about it. I hope you enjoy the graphic novel. I hope it's not too heavy for you guys. I do hope to make an audio visual at some point, but that thing is probably going to be very long, so I'm gonna wait until I finish the next animated project until then. But in the meantime, I hope you enjoy this comic. I hope you read it. I hope it's not too heavy for you guys, and let me know what you think. I always enjoy feedback. So thank you for listening. I hope you go read the graphic novel. I hope you enjoy it. Let me know what you think about it, and toodles. I'll see you later.